All right, so as you know, today we are talking about women and whether or not they should put all their eggs in one basket when dating. We're talking about dating here, okay? So, Adrianna,
Yes.
I don't know, how do you want to start this? Because we didn't even plan. By the way, these talks are never planned.
Okay, so I think maybe we should define what we mean by dating or putting all the eggs in one basket. I think we should start off by saying that.
Yeah.
So obviously, please chime in, but we want to clarify that we mean dating / courting. We do not mean sexing. We do not mean F buddies. We are specifically talking about the old school term of dating / courting. This is what we're talking about today when we mean putting all your eggs in one basket. I think that's really important to clarify that from the beginning.
Yes, that's super important because, you know, there are, and if that's you, that's okay. That's you, that's your thing. But for this specific live, we are talking about clean dating and courting that does not involve sex, which is really the old school, the real way of dating. That's what dating means. That is what dating means, right? We're not talking about one night stands. We're not talking about, you know, all that other stuff. Hi, Tyra. Okay, we are talking about dating and courting and whether women should put all their eggs in one basket while dating. Now, I want to see what the audience is saying. Do you believe that women should put all their eggs in one basket when dating? Women or men?
Yeah.
Right? Women or men? We're women, so we're kind of focused on women, but do you believe that women or men should put all their eggs in one basket when dating? Now you're thinking, what do you mean by this? What is putting your eggs in one basket? Hi, DJ. What does putting your eggs in one basket even mean? Hi, D. All right. So what I mean is this, okay? He said no. DJ said no. Okay, DJ said no. D, what about you? Tyra said both yes. Put all your eggs in one basket when dating. Okay. Who else? We want to see these answers. This is so interesting, right? Should women and men put all their eggs in one basket when dating?
Yes.
Dating, not sexing, not serious relationships. Once you say it's official, it's official. You're not dating anymore, right? So while you're dating, Lena said no. Cassandra said, I have never dated. I have always put all my eggs in one basket. Okay. Hold on, Cass. So what we mean, you know what we mean by dating, right? Okay, so of course you dated. When you met your partner, you were dating, or did you guys have sex on the first night? Not to get personal, but that's what we mean. The dating part where you're getting to know each other. You meet someone, you're getting to know that person. You know, are you gonna just put all your attention on that one person, or are you gonna get to know a few other people at the same time? Like, okay, I went out with Tom, you know, and we had a great time. It was a nice dinner, but tomorrow I'm going to go out with Jerry, you know, and then the day after that, I'm going to, you know, hang out with Mark because I'm still getting to know these guys. So that's what I mean. That's what we mean by putting all your eggs in one basket. Or is it, I met Tom, he's the only person I went on a date with. I'm not going to go on a date with anybody else. I'm just going to focus on Tom. If it doesn't work out, I'll go on a date with someone else. That's what we mean. All right. So let's go back to something. Yes. That I know I'm trying to like, you know, so I'm going to go. People should explore their options. Who said that? DJ. Tara said both. Yes. I have never dated. I have always put, okay, that was Cass. When I'm all in, I'm all in. Yes, Tara. And that's okay. So you see what I mean, Tara, by that's when you know, like, okay, this is the person I want to, you know, I want to be with, right? So we're not talking about being with, we're not talking about serious relationships here. We're talking about the dating part, the courting, you know, like, are you only going to get to know one person like at a time and then, you know, spend maybe a few dates, go hanging out with this person. And then you're like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. I'm just going to, you know, see if I can meet somebody else and talk to someone else. Anything you want to say to that, Adrianna?
Well, just really want to specify, this is the very beginning stages of meeting someone. Like, you are single, you're not serious with anyone at this point, you're just exploring, and you are at the very beginning stages. We are not talking about committed to someone. We are talking about you just first met someone and you're going on a date. Should you be dating multiple people at the same time, or do you figure out if you're gonna commit to one, and if you don't, then you move on to the next, is really what we're talking about here.
Yes. Sleepy Stunner said, I don't believe women or men have to put their eggs in one basket. I believe when dating, communication is always key, and verbalizing with relationship status and how you want to go about the situation. Yes, absolutely.
I like that response.
I like that. DJ Matrix, the one, is giving us the flags. All right, flags in the house. Cassandra said met and only focus on the one person. Okay, I can't do that. Oh, what do you mean by that, Tara? I can't do that. Great advice. I'd rather date one person at a time. Yes, okay, got it. DJ said it's taking, dating, exclusive relation, talking, dating, exclusive relationships, that in order. Oh, talking, then dating, then exclusive, then relationship. Yes, okay, I like that, DJ. Natasha just joined here. That is okay. Good morning, beautiful girls. Just stop to see your smiling face, enthusiasm. I think it depends on the conversation. Oh, Social Tap in the house, you guys all need to get off Linktree and head over to Social Tap. Okay, look in my bio and you'll see why, or Adriana's bio. Yes. I think that it depends on the conversation that you have between each other exclusively. Then yes, you should not exclusive, never. Okay, thanks, Bella. Focus on one at a time. Dating is overrated. Oh, interesting. What do you mean by that? Let us know what you mean by that. Yes, one person at a time. Yes, got that, Tara. Okay, yes, you should be dating multiple people. Okay, I can't wait to get into this. I can't wait. Okay, okay. Yadman style. Okay, I see. CB Sunner said, I believe it's based on the person. It's not a male or female. Definitely, it depends what you and the person terms are. What the terms are. Okay, got you. Hi, Anissa. All right. So DJ said connection and great chemistry. That's what's up. Well, yeah, of course. That's how you end up choosing a person. On my way back from up north, so happy I have service to finally walk. Oh, hi, Sam. Okay, all right. Bring the 80s and 90s love back. Yes. Oh my God, TJ. Yes. I love that. That's so dope. Yes. If exclusive, yes. If not exclusive, no. Right. Yes. I am newly single and this time I will date. Yes, yes, that's right. Okay, DJ said social media ruins connections in my opinions. Absolutely. It also messes up your whole, what you think you want, you know? Yeah. You just delete the whole app. Hey, if you decide that together and you're not running a business on social media, I agree. I totally agree, right? Okay, now, the good stuff.
Yes, let's get into it.
Yes, the good stuff. All right, so I'm a perfect candidate for this topic. Reason being, like Cassandra,
yes,
I have never serial dated, ever. The person, if I went on a date with someone and this Captain is the most inspirational person I've ever met. Oh my God. A couple of Captain's friends are in here. Not in a
I was going to say, is that Captain's friend?
What? I think they're on their lunch break at school. It's 12:15. Oh my gosh. Okay. Listen. Yeah, they're in grade 8, so they need to hear this. So, so I've never been a serial dater. Okay. And everyone always said that was a big problem with me. You know, my sister, on the other hand, believed, you know, you should date a few people to figure out what it is that you truly want. It's the only way to really know what it is you want and don't want, you know? Whereas for me, if I went on a date and that date ended up being a second date, that ended up being my partner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never gone on a second date with anyone that I did not vibe with on that first date.
Oh,
And
yes, yes.
I have to say that I believe even when I was broken, there were certain things I knew about myself. I
Mm,
knew myself to the extent of knowing that there's no chemistry here. I'm
mm,
just not vibing with you. Like, I
yeah.
just know that. And now being healed and healing, because we're always on that journey, I believe that I know that more now than ever.
Mm,
So was it a good thing that I never, we called it, we put a name to it, serial dating, right?
yes.
And again, I have to reiterate this. This has nothing to do with sex. Okay,
Yeah.
this is not one night stands. It's never been my thing. This none of that. This is not what I'm talking about. We're talking about dating. So I've never been a serial dater. Statistically, they say that you're supposed to date a few different people when you're dating and courting.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
Yeah.
How will you find that person? What do you have to say to this, Adrianna? That's me where I'm coming from. I've never done it.
So I'm kind of from the flip side, because obviously everybody knows that I'm married, happily married and not dating. All my eggs are in one basket right now, and I only have one egg. But that being said, prior to meeting my husband, I was definitely serial dating, 100%. 100%.
Really? We never even spoke about this.
No. But I was, and actually I can't remember who touched on this, but I was very much of the mindset of being brutally honest from the get-go. From the beginning, I would always tell the guy, like, look, I'm not looking for anything serious. If it turns out to grow into something serious, then we can have that discussion. But right now, we're just getting to know each other and to see where this goes. So from the very beginning, I was very honest with the person. And I think the reason why I started becoming a serial dater, because I would probably say it was after I got my heart broken, in the sense of I found out that I was being cheated on for 4 years. But what I got out of that is I had some trust issues with men specifically, because that's what I was dating. And out of that, I had come to the conclusion that men are not honest, and a lot of them are serial dating themselves. And in my case, in that experience, that person was with someone when he met me and started a relationship with me for 4 years, not knowing that he was already in a relationship, and I had no idea. So for me to have experienced that, I was like, I am never putting all my eggs in one basket moving forward. I'm going to do exactly what they're doing, and I'm going to serial date too.
By the way, 98% of men, 99, it's what they do. Okay.
So, and I'm going to start doing what they do. And again, we're not talking about sex here. We're just talking about dating, going on dates with people. Like, I would be going on dates with a different guy every week. Like, again, if I had to be interested in them, I started off a conversation. And then obviously if I saw some interest there, then okay, I would go on a date. And again, I was still honest throughout the whole thing to find out, like, if I go on the date and we weren't vibing, like, I'd be like, I'm sorry, like, I wasn't feeling it. This is not for me. And then I would just shut down that one, close that book, and open another one. So then I would go again on a date with someone, and I would be honest with them. I would say, yes, I'm dating different people right now. And a lot of men were kind of shocked by me saying that at first.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But then in the end, they turned out to be honest with me and then be like, okay, well, I'm dating people too. And it's like, okay, perfect.
Because they are.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, because they are. Right. So it's interesting because, you know, I have my son, and, you know, and he's got all his boys, and they're all, you know, almost 30. And then I have a lot of guy friends who are like my brothers, you know, some of them. And I have these conversations with them, you know, and they're deep convos, and all of them, every single man I think I've ever had this conversation said to me, Liz, when you meet a man, always remember this. 99.5% of the time, he's got something going on, something he's trying to get rid of, something ending, or people he's talking to.
Yes, 100%.
Remember that.
And he would always tell me the same thing too. He's like, I had a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D if plan C wasn't there. Like he had backup plans after options and options. Like, I don't know. Again, not all men are like that, but I would say a lot of men are like that in the sense that they are often keeping a lot of their options open.
Yes, and I love what DJ said. He said, well, for men, we kind of have to. We are the attackers. Y'all just pick a name from a hat and boom, y'all are dating. So men have to be more cautious, and men are more cautious. Yes. Women end up going on getting to know one person, and I think most of the women here can relate to this. You just shared a story, Adrianna, and it ends up being like, okay, you know, a month down the line, you're like, ugh, like there's stuff about this person, and I'm gonna get into why I no longer think like that.
Yes,
I've been doing that my whole life, and I no longer think like that. DJ also said, oh, y'all choose wrong. Sorry, right? So, you know, you end up, that's usually what ends up happening. You know, D said big facts. And I think that's why men are so, watch this. This is deep. This is deep. And if for any of the men who are on here right now, if you want to jump on this with us, jump in here, honestly. Just send a request and we'll get you on. This is really deep. That's why men end up being so freaking picky with who they choose to be wifey.
Yes. Yes. Well,
my God.
That is a big deal. That what you do right now, 100%, because they've explored so many options. Ooh. They know all the variety that's out there, that they know exactly at the end of the day, based on everything they've dated, what they want in a wife. And they will not wife a lady, a woman, until they know that, like, okay, she meets all the criteria of what I'm looking for.
Yes. And it's, you know, Cassandra said, well, what I have learned is that if a man really wants you, he will do whatever it takes to have you. He will shut down everyone if you are the one. But guess what? Not right away.
No.
Not right away, Cassandra. No. Men don't do what we do.
No.
You know what women do? It's almost like a lot of them anyways. We can probably all say at some point we did one of these things. We stop going out. We stop hanging with our friends. We stop having a social life. We stop going to check our family. We stop exercise. If you didn't stop one of those things, oh my God, kudos to you. But most women, yes, they literally lock into that man with their freaking claws. Like, this is my world now. I want to marry you. I want you to be my life partner. I want you to, like, I want us to do life together. I want us to be exclusive. Like, you don't even know the dude.
Yeah.
You don't even know the dude. And I know I can 100% agree with that. Like, anyhow, I had, you know, I had waited a month or a couple months to eat, you know, to be exclusive, or not be like, okay, this is who I want to be with. This is who I'm vibing with. I would get to know so much of the things that I got to know later on, months and months later, from the beginning.
Yes, I agree with you.
While dating, right? And that's the power. I think that is the most amazing part that comes from dating, courting, is you are getting to know these people who and listen, right? Courting is friendships.
Yes.
You're building a friendship. Can I be friends with this person? Do I see myself in a friendship with this person? Okay, no. Do I see myself in a friendship with this person? Can I see myself vibing here? But like, to just lock in to one person after a date? Oh my God.
And to be honest, I think that's where a lot of women make the mistake of doing that, because they're looking more at how they're going to be perceived, what it's going to look like on them if they are dating multiple people, when that shouldn't be how you look at it, because at the end of the day, it's how you feel inside. You should be taking your time to really pick the right one and getting to know them at the most deepest level, and like asking them all the questions about, again, like, obviously, if you both want to have kids, like, how do you want to raise your kids? How do you envision disciplining your kids? How do you, like, deep down, like, how do you communicate in a relationship? Are you the type to close down? Are you the type to want to talk right away? Like, really going deep down into the nitty-gritty of what this person is about, and not figuring it out while you're committed to this person, and then realizing down the road that, okay, like this is not a match, but you're already committed to this person. And again, most of the time you haven't even yet built that friendship with the person, because you put all your eggs in that one basket. You're not even friends with them. You're just like, this is mine. Like, you're claiming a possession, like this is mine. Meanwhile, you don't even know what that is. Like, you got to learn to get to know that person and learn about them and learn what they like, they don't like, and seeing if that fits and jives with what you want, with your values. And I'm a big believer of building that friendship first, because without that, I just feel like you're both just exploring each other while being committed. Which seems kind of backwards.
And I love what our beautiful Bella from Social Taps, she said, I love this. I love this. You have to be the woman that is independent, not the easy choice, because most likely they have a few. Come from a married woman who I'm sure was dating other people when she met her husband, right? And I have to say, Adrianna, I have to say, I love that you shared your story. I'm going to tell you why. Every single person that is with their life partner today, including my sister right now, every single person, okay, who's with their, what they feel, their soulmate today, was dating multiple people. And then it was like, you know what? I really like Tom. I'm going to see him again. I really like him. I think I'm going to focus my attention, you know, not put all my eggs in one basket. I'm not that easy. You know, my sister always says, like, I need to feel that. I need to know that. I know what I bring to the table, but you don't just, oh, I'm going to give this person my all right now. And no, right? So all the women that I do know that are in marriages, happy relationships, okay? They were brutally honest with their partners, both sides were brutally honest when they met, and they were both seeing other people. So guess what? If I know as a man that there's other potential people that you're dating, what is that going to make me do? Step up my game. Come correct. If I know you are dating other women, well, that's what dating is. That's the real meaning. Search it, Google it. Everybody here, Google it. That is the real meaning behind dating, right? Now, I've never done that. However, I'm in a different time of my life. Let me tell you.
You're going to start doing that.
I am a free, healed woman. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. No such thing as really having a type, but I just know what the soul wants. And when I feel that, okay, you know, I'll be like, I feel a little something here. Let me just, you know, walk around this and play with this a little. Play, and I don't mean anything sex or nothing like that, right? But yes, I want to know, like, there's so many, there's billions of people in the world. How can you meet one person and it be like, oh, I'm just gonna, and you know what? You see how we think in our head, woman? Oh, we just talk to one person at a time. Imagine saying that to a dude on a date. Hey, so I was thinking, I really like you right now. So can we just be exclusive? Like, can you just talk to me? And I'm just gonna talk to you. Like, listen, dude will run for his life.
You're gonna think you're stage 5 for sure.
He will run for his life. So you see how we think, women? Really ask yourselves, is that good? Because, okay, if you feel so that's the right thing to do, only talk to one guy at a time, you know, put all your eggs in one basket on your first date. If you think that's the right thing to do, I want to challenge you guys to do something. Remember, I'm talking to myself. I told you, I've never serial dated. I want to challenge you to do this. On that date that you go on, that you really vibe with that guy, you really like him, like, oh, I really like this guy. I want you to say, so I was thinking, I really like you. You really like me too, right? Like, really, really like me, because I really, really like you. So let's just talk to each other. Like, you can't, like, you're really not supposed to talk to anybody else, because this first date went really well, or this second date went really well, or third. I want you to do that. I want you to tell me, DM me, and tell me what his reaction was.
I bet $1,000 that each and every single man will be like, yeah, well, this is not working out for me.
I'm out.
Or totally like ghost you, they won't reply, none of that. Like honestly, if I can bring it back to a good example, and I'm going to use my HR experience here, and any business owner or entrepreneur will totally relate. To me, I look at dating like interviewing. Are you going to only interview one person for the job and hire them right away and see if it's going to work out?
Oh,
No. You're going to interview multiple people and find the best one for the job. And you're going to offer the job to the best one. You're not going to, the first one that you interview, give the job to. You might, they might blow your socks off. But at the end of the day, you're not guaranteed that that person is going to do the job to the level that you're expecting them to do it. So that's how I looked at it. It's like I'm passing interviews, or I'm running interviews on different men to see who's going to get the job of my husband, because I'm picking the best one out of all these interviews / dates. So that's how I always looked at it. And it has absolutely nothing to do with you're going to look like something. Like, again, the way that I looked at it is he's already doing it. So why am I going to be the stupid one going to sit here and act like I'm exclusive to him when he's not being exclusive to me? Yes. I know it for a fact. So no, and I don't even know if I want to give you myself yet. Like, are you worthy of me? That's how I look at it. Like, I need to get to know the person.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And really, really like figure out if this is the person I want. I got hired on the first interview.
What did she say?
Dee said I got hired on the first interview.
But the point is, right, those other people she was talking to, talking, courting, not, again, I want to keep going back to that, right? Because in today's world, everybody's having sex when they're dating, and that's not freaking dating. That is not dating, right? No, that's not dating.
That's something totally different.
Yeah, and so Narisha said friends first. Absolutely friends first. I've never done that either, Liz. Yeah, a lot of women haven't. A lot of women haven't. Good times. And then I know women who are masters at it. They're like, no, I found my soul partner by dating a few people at the same time. I got to know more about what I wanted. Each person I met, I was like, I like that, but I don't like how he is when he's upset, or he seems miserable and moody or always complaining, but he's a provider. He works hard. He's ambitious. He's independent, right? All these things come into factor, but you don't find that out from each person on the first date, right? Good times are easy. It's the bad times that are hard. You need to know if you can deal with each other's ways through the bad times. Yes, of course. And that comes within time of knowing that person too. Only thing that can determine this is time. Yeah, for sure. Always be cool. Always be cool, guys. Run from the exclusive question. Yes. Always. Guys, run from that, because why? And that's what I mean by, if you meet a person and you're right away, you decide as a woman, like, I want us to really think, like, it's come unhealthy. Like, what makes us meet a person and then like want to lock in with our crawls, like our what do you call them, claws, right? Lock in, like I want to be exclusive with this person, and then guess what happens? Ladies? This is good. You get upset because he's not giving you the same exclusive vibes.
Yeah, because they created expectations.
Yes, I want you to think about how unhealthy it is. It's unhealthy. It's not healthy. It creates these stories in your head. Well, I don't know, closed my social media, or I changed my number for you, or I'm willing to give you the passcode for my phone. Why can't I have yours? Right? You're the only person I'm dating. You start creating all these stories in your head, and then you become a damn bag and bug for him.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know what went wrong. Why are you treating me like this? You were all into me before. You were always calling me. You'd always call me on your breaks. We become like nags.
Yeah. It's very unhealthy circle of events that happen from that point on, because like you said, people create expectations, or we'll talk about women specifically because that's what we're talking about. Women create these expectations. Well, I'm being exclusive to you. Why aren't you being exclusive to me? But at the end of the day, it's got to naturally get to that point where both parties want to be exclusive. Not just I'm exclusive, you gotta be. How do you know that guy wants to be exclusive with you? You have to have the conversation, and you can't just put
That too.
onto someone. Be like, well, I'm being exclusive, so you should too. Well, who asked you to be exclusive? You decided that. So, and this is a relationship with two people. Both parties are willing participants, so they both have to agree to be exclusive. It's not because one calls out, I'm exclusive, that the other one automatically has to be like, well, I guess I have no choice then, I have to be exclusive.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a discussion that happens between two parties, and you kind of know it's getting there because the feelings, because of what you're sharing, and because of the conversations that you've had and the depth in which you guys are sharing. So then you know is the right time to start asking those kind of questions. Not from the moment you meet the person, are we exclusive?
Yeah.
Like,
or,
no.
or shut off everything else for that person you just went on a date with. Because ladies, the thing here is, whether it's Bellas or fellas, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. They have other stuff. Men usually normally have something going on, something, a little side thing, you know, a little shorty or something, okay? Someone that they hook up with every now and then, right?
Yeah.
So it's when you have that, you have to have those conversations, right? You just have to. And then what ends up happening is that takes time. And I love what Cassandra said, because time is everything. My ex shut down everyone after our first conversation. We moved way too fast. That's why our relationship didn't work, right? Those kind of things take time. Why? Because at our age, for most of us, I don't, you know, whether you're younger or older, you know, when you're choosing a life partner or dating to be with your life partner, there's a lot of things that you have to really look out for. Okay, in terms of this person's personality, everything, you know, just like they're doing with you, right? It takes time to really know these things about a person, because like DJ said, when you're dating and you go on these scenes, everyone's putting their best forward.
Of course.
They're not sharing all their drama with you. You're not going to know certain things. All that's going to come up after. But if you're just dating minus sex, period, okay, you get to know a lot about that person. And that's why I love Steve Harvey's book, The 3-Month Rule. And I'm not saying it has to be 3 months, but you get, the longer you go, you do really get to know a lot about a person when there's no sex involved, right? And that's a whole other topic. Today, we really wanted to focus on this, but you know, when you are first dating somebody, going on dates, you know, you guys might be asking, well, how do we know when to have that conversation? Personally, for me, okay, the sex part, that should be something that happens when you know you want to be together. I don't care. Like, you know, our next talk is going to be sex on the first date, sex before marriage, or celibacy. I think that's our next one, right? That's going to be really interesting too, right? So if you've been sexually active with this person, and now this person is like treating you a certain way, or not how they were before, that's because I'm not saying, we don't know when is the right or wrong time. I don't think anybody really knows that, right? Unless you're religious and, you know, you're a believer, you believe in no sex before marriage, right? I can't wait to have that talk next week. But if you are, you know, if you've jumped in sexually with a person and now that person is acting away or slightly changing or being different, for me personally, I think you did it too soon.
Yeah.
There were certain things you just didn't know. And that's something that only you as an individual can vibe. You have to vibe that. You have to really vibe that, right? Let's see some of the comments here. Hey, Jessica. That's what happens when you got the splah. What the? Splash. Oh my God. Liz got me on the call back. DJ. what was it that I said about the callback? I don't know. I can't remember.
He's flirting with you.
Oh my God. Yes, you do, baby. Position filled. Okay. I totally, oh, you're talking to D at that time. Okay. So down here we see, oh, okay, stop. The no sex nonsense next topic.
I think DJ has some tension to release.
Okay, Narisha said, so what if you vibe with this person? Do you still wait the 3 months? Now, I'm not saying, I think the important message in that book about the 3 months was there's so much that you get to know about a person in 3 months that you don't bother asking or inquiring about when you're first dating. People normally don't want to hear the bad stuff. They don't want to know. So it's all the giggles and the honeymoon stages and stuff. And you really get to know a lot about a person. The more you see this person, the more time you spend around this person. And I believe you can discern if this person is your partner. I really believe that, ladies. I do believe that. You know, I think for most of us in those relationships that didn't work, tell me if I'm just making this up, Adrianna, those relationships that didn't work, in most cases, there were signs in the beginning.
Oh gosh, yes. Every time. And most of the time you don't notice them till after the fact, because either you were rushing into it, you had created your own expectations of the situation without really knowing the facts, you didn't ask the right questions. 100%. I would agree with you on that for sure.
So GJ said, no, you just realized the person was uninteresting. It doesn't have nothing to do with sex. But can I tell you something, DJ? A lot of people jump into that without there even being chemistry.
Agreed.
There are so many people that I ask, especially women friends, okay, girl, was there like chemistry? Like, did you feel that chemistry, communication? Just like, it was okay. I just thought, you know, maybe like I would know that. I just thought I would have sex, or I kind of didn't want to, but then I did just cause, oh my God, how many times do you hear that? How many times, right? So I really do think you can discern, you know, what kind of conversations have you been having? Like you can discern that connection between a person. That's their problem. What's their problem, DJ? 90-day rule is childish. What are we, 16? Yeah, like I'm not saying you have to, like I said, there were so many things in that book that were so powerful, you know, the kind of things that you should really get to know about a person. Listen, DJ, sex is a very deep spiritual thing. Like, it is deep, it is spiritual. Like, every person you have sex with, you are opening up your spirit to this person, man. And especially for women, because we have a womb, a uterus, like we literally, you open up and you start, like, if this person is mud, if this person is whatever energy that person has, you literally take on that energy.
It's
like
literally energy
like,
exchange.
Yeah, it's an energy exchange. And it's like, you know, it is spiritual, Cassandra. So it's like, why would you be, you know, it's the closest you can be to someone. Yes, oh my God, it's like you're in their soul. They're in your soul, like literally, like they're in your soul. And that is the most precious thing.
The most precious thing you could share with anyone. Yeah. Right?
So yeah, Tyra. So, you know, it's not that, oh, there's a rule here, or no sex before marriage. We're going to have this conversation next week, but I used to think like that. And now I'm just like, I'm sorry. And I know all the religious folks who are on my life, they're going to be like, bun her, shut her down. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Well, keep rebuking me. All right. That's why the freaking divorce rate is so damn high in the church.
Oh, God.
I can't tell you how many people I know got married within 60 days, 30 days, 90 days, 1 year, you know, just because they wanted to have sex. And then they had sex and then boom, it's like they didn't even know each other really. So that's a whole other conversation. Yeah. But I'm learning a lot here, ladies. Oh, hey, Narisha. Right. So So the question now here is, okay, when do you know to put the eggs in one basket? So when, and this is what I mean by this, ladies, if you were out somewhere, so say, you know, some of you said, yeah, you can't, you know, you can't date two people at the same time. I didn't do that. So I never believed in it, okay? But say for instance, you go on a date with somebody, you're vibing the person, cool vibe, great vibe. You go on another date, okay? Then you're out somewhere and you're, Adrianna's smiling. You're approached by a guy, some dude, and he says, hey, he's like, you know, starts up a conversation and I'd love to take you out for dinner. I'd love to grab a bite with you. I'd love to take you for coffee. Now, you went on 2 dates with that other person, right? Watch this. What are you gonna say? Sorry, no, I have a man.
No.
For those of you who said you can't do that, comment right now. Right now. You went on 2 dates with this guy. You don't even know if he's into you, but
I was about to say, does he know he's your man?
He hasn't said, I want you to be my woman. I want us to be exclusive. We've only gone on 2 dates, but you're my girl. You're my woman. Lock everything down. Nothing. You just went on 2 dates with somebody, okay? But you're out somewhere. And some guy approaches you and he, you know, whatever, he's appealing, whatever, looks good, whatever. And he wants to take you out for dinner, for coffee, whatever. Are you going to tell him you have a man, that man that you went on 2 dates with?
I have a feeling someone will answer. I'll say I'm talking to someone.
Okay. What's talking to someone? 2 dates? 2 dates?
Yeah, no.
Seriously, this is
No,
really deep here, right? So, hold on, there's a question here. Okay, DJ, leave the table. He's gotta go, I guess. All right, so, but why would I call him my man? Tyra, okay. This person, let's take my man word out the way. You went on a date with a guy twice, okay? All right. You went on a date twice with somebody, okay? Dating is not exclusive. Dating doesn't mean none of that. Everybody search up the word dating. You went on a date with someone. You go somewhere and you meet somebody, okay? And they want to take you on a date. Are you gonna say, I'm seeing somebody? Right? Exactly, Tyra. That's what we're saying. When people just focus on dating one person, it's not good. It's not good. And women tend to do that. They meet a person, they go on and they're just locked into that person. But I'll guarantee you, the man is not doing that.
Yeah.
The man doesn't know if he wants you yet. Even if he sees you 3-4 times, he's still in the back of his mind. Men don't do what women do. And guess what? Even if he knows, like, okay, you know what? I like this girl and I want this girl. Like, this is the woman I want, you know? He's still not gonna shut his life down.
No.
He's gonna test, he's gonna see, like, right? So that's the thing. That's what we mean by putting all your eggs in one basket. Like, if you go on a date with one person, are you open to going on a date with another?
Yes.
That's the key here. Are you open to dating another person? If you're out somewhere, right? And someone asks you for a date, will you go? Or will you say to him, and then maybe the next time you see that person you went on a date with, you could be like, and see his reaction. So I know we only went on a couple dates, but I was asked to go on a date and I said no, because like, I'm dating you. So yeah. Are you doing the same thing? Like, if someone asked you to go on a date, would you like, are you still open to dating other women? Right? So like, when we say these things out loud, it kind of makes us sound a little cuckoo. I'm sorry, right? And ladies, remember, yes, Tara said, yes, I'm open. So that's what we mean by putting your eggs in one basket, right? Where it's like, a lot of women, we make the mistake of like, I went on a date with this guy. Tara's laughing. I went on a date with this guy and I really like him. And I don't want to go on a date with anyone else. I'm just going to wait until he decides we can be exclusive. I'm just going to wait.
No.
I think, and I did that. did that, you know, and I think, you know, as women, we are precious jewels. And, you know yourself, and all these topics that we've been sharing actually come back to healing. So I don't sell relationship coaching, and neither does
Neither do
Adrianna.
I.
That's not what we do, but we decided to speak about these things because it ties back into healing.
Yes.
Knowing thyself, healing.
Yes.
You know, what is healthy and what is not healthy. And I know that a lot of things I did in the past in my relationships, in terms of how I went about, you know, being exclusive and getting, you know, how quickly things moved for me. And, you know, in my relationships, I now know that there were things that were not healthy.
Yeah.
They're not, and that's because I still had these little broken pieces, you know, broken pieces in me. And now, knowing myself the way I do, it's a whole different ball game. It's like you go on a date, and like the honesty, like
Yes.
it's so liberating and freeing. It's like the man is looking at you like,
Hold
like
up.
you can tell he's thinking, yo, I gotta be like right for this woman. Like,
Yes.
this girl knows herself. Like, she's, you know, and you do it with sexiness, you know, you get to, you're still being flirtatious. You just know yourself. It's a different energy, right? Adrianna, what do you say to that?
100%. I want to add to that 100%. So I definitely agree with everything you said about the healing, because then you come to the table as a confident, full package, in the sense of, you know what you want, you know what you're worth, and you're not afraid to ask certain questions, to ask those more difficult questions. A lot of girls, at least my friends, when I would ask them, oh, how'd your date go? Oh, it went well. I said, okay, what did you find out about him? And is he dating anyone else? Oh, I don't know, I didn't ask. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you ask that? Like, why wouldn't you try to see where you guys are? What page are you?
Yes.
Are they talking to anyone else? When was their last relationship? Like, a lot of women shy away from asking those type of intimate questions because they had already set out in their mind, like, I don't want to know, I shouldn't ask, he's gonna think I'm crazy. Or no, if you're confident with yourself and you come correct, like you said, honest and open, that guy has no choice but to respect you in that sense, and to know, like you said, what you're worth, and be like, oh damn, like I can't mess around with this girl. She's asking all the right questions. She knows, she wants to know all the things about me, and she's telling me all this about herself. But when you are broken and you're presenting yourself, you won't be presenting yourself in a strong way. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm exclusive to you. Oh, you're talking to other girls? Oh, okay, I guess I'm okay with that. Like, no, you have to stand for what you know is right for you and what you value for yourself. So 100% I agree with you. And once you are presenting yourself as a healed person, you will definitely accept more, in the sense of, you will not let a guy walk all over you. You will not let a guy date multiple people while you're being exclusive, which makes no sense, because that
won't even happen.
You. Exactly. You're allowing someone to be disrespectful to you while you are giving them your whole being and being exclusive to them. And what gives them the right to have all of you when they're sharing themselves with everyone else?
Yeah. That conversation, Adrianna, is so, oh my goodness, so many couples, so many people, so many women do not have that conversation. It's almost like they're afraid.
They are petrified.
Yes, like, oh, is he gonna run? Is he gonna get turned off? Is he gonna think I'm cuckoo? But I'll tell you, this is why, like Adrianna said, the openness in the beginning, the more open you are, like, ask a lot of questions. Oh, I am question queen. But guess what? There was a time years ago where I never asked any questions, because, like my mother, I learned to shut up. You don't ask questions. You know, it was, and that's why even in my teens, that relationship I was in, you know, I never asked, where were you? What were you doing? What would you, like, I just learned. And then I got older and I was like, well, questions aren't good. You know, men don't want you to be all up in their business. They don't want, broken men don't.
Exactly.
And who are doing the wrong things don't.
Exactly.
Right?
And it all depends on how you're asking the questions. If you legitimately want to know, like, oh, how was your day? What did you do? Versus where did you go? What were you doing?
Yes.
How long were you there? Like,
Yes.
it's not an interrogation. It's a legitimate conversation because you're wanting to get to know someone better. You're not interrogating them to find out where they were or what they're doing because you're insecure with yourself. A secure woman will not be asking craziness or bombarding a man with all this kind of questions that the man will be like, whoa, 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 this is like red flag to me right now.
Yeah.
No. And a lot of women, like you said, are petrified to ask those questions. But I look at it on the flip side. Would you rather not know and then walk into something unknowingly? Like this person could be the total opposite of what they're presenting themselves to you.
Yeah.
So to me, I'd rather know the truth and be hurt by the truth than be hurt by lies, because in the truth, you can make your own decision. If he tells you I'm talking to 10 other girls, then it's your decision if you want to continue to talk to him at that point, knowing that he is talking to 10 other girls. If that doesn't bother you and you're solid with that, then continue. But if he doesn't tell you,
yes, he's gonna be like, you didn't ask me this when we met. Oh, you didn't ask me these kind of questions when we met, and now you're all of a sudden. And let me tell you something: if you start doing that after the sex,
oh yeah, no.
you're gonna be left feeling so unworthy. You know, if all of a sudden you want to know everything after the sex, well, we're having sex now. You know, I should know that. No. Listen, going on a date with me. Oh, geez, that's like, first of all, it's gonna be just jokes and laughter. Okay, but I am gonna be like, okay, so question
number one.
each other anything we want. Okay, so any question you have for me, go ahead and I'll ask you anything. Yeah. All right. So how many women are you currently talking to or dating, whatever, you know, or sexing, whatever you're doing? Just, yeah. And then they're like shocked.
Hold up.
But then they like it. They like
Yes.
it. They like it when there's been no sex first. That part ruins it. You can't do that, okay? So then they're like, well, I'm like, now only truth. This table is only truth. No lies at this table, okay? Deal? Okay, pinky swear. Right? Pinky swear? All right. So then I ask the question. That's always one of my questions, right? So it's like, and you have fun with it. You have fun and you really get to know, and watch what it does. Watch what it does. That makes this guy know this girl, she's not to play with.
Exactly.
Okay? Look at the confidence she asked me that with. She just came straight bold, like, how many girls are you sleeping with? You know, just, yeah. And then you can ask me the same question. You know, because men want to know that stuff too, by the way, right? They want to know that. Okay. So if you start asking the right questions in the dating, courting, talking to stages, right? Oh, geez, like what it creates, I can't even tell you, ladies. And again, that comes with healing. Okay. That comes with healing. So, you know, you may feel like, you know, you just don't have the confidence to do that. Then you need some more time to heal, because you're not being yourself. If there's something you want to ask and you haven't asked, then you're still broken. There's still some broken pieces there, and you're lacking confidence.
There's some work to do.
Yeah, there's still some work to do. Hi, Quinn from LA in the house. Yeah. Quinn, you should have been a part of this topic. It was a good one. That's my boy Quinn from LA. That's familia right there. So this is really good. So I guess the answer is really, as much as some of us were like, nah, no, not our thing, is not to put all your eggs in one basket when you are courting, talking. Okay. Now there's such a fine line there, right? Talking and dating. Well, people call dating the person that they're seeing and talking to, but then we call going out with somebody a date. So it's kind of weird, right? It's like, well, if that's a date and this person only becomes the person I'm dating once it's like, okay, the groove, we're really, then what's with the date on the first date? So I think you can discern what we mean by this, right? Yes. Really discern what that means. So we're going to close this off because they're going to boot us out of here. An hour went by so fast. Oh my goodness. It was so great having these conversations. We totally wish that some of these convos could last forever. Next week, we are going to be talking about sex, intimacy, whether you should be waiting for marriage, celibacy, sex on the first date. It's going to be hot and juicy and nice. So don't forget to log in with us. We appreciate you guys. We did this on a Tuesday because yesterday was a holiday. So normally it is on a Monday at 12:30. And we definitely want to see you guys here again. So have an amazing day. Adrianna, any last words?
No, just thank you all for joining us and commenting and joining in on the conversation. It's obviously way better when you guys chime in and give us your opinion as well.
Totally. All right, guys. Love you. See you next